Dear soul, if this message popped up for you, really get this. It's not just some random thing that happened today. There's a big, wonderful reason you're seeing these words right now, like an important meeting your spirit knew it had. Your helpers, those guardians of love and light who are always with you, set this up very carefully. They have a huge, super personal message just for your heart, and it's full of hope and understanding. Just stop for a sec, sweet soul, and let that sink in. If you've been feeling that divine timing, that sense that things are happening for a reason, weaving through your life, if you've noticed small but definite changes deep inside you, like something new and important is starting to stir, if your heart has been quietly, patiently, almost secretly hoping and praying for a sign, a clear yes, a little nudge from the universe to say you're on the right track, then believe with all your heart. This is that sign. This message itself is like a gentle whisper from heaven, a loving pat on the back to say you're truly seen, deeply heard, and always guided. It didn't just show up by luck. It was brought to you with so much care and love, because your own spirit, in its amazing wisdom, knew it was ready to hear it. Your angels, those kind beings of pure love and bright light, have gently and expertly led you to this very moment. They've been watching your journey with so much kindness, waiting so patiently for the perfect, heaven-arranged moment when your heart would be open enough to really take in everything they so badly want to share. Now that it is, take a slow, deep breath. Let yourself be still, quiet the noise around you, and really listen with your heart. You might have felt something big changing inside you lately, a deep inner shift you couldn't quite put your finger on, but couldn't ignore. Maybe it was a quiet but super strong pull in your spirit, a gentle but steady tug towards something unknown. Or perhaps it showed up as a quiet knowing, a gut feeling that something huge, or even someone very important, is moving again after a long, maybe even tough, period of silence. And you know what? You're absolutely right. Your soul, with its natural wisdom, wasn't just making things up. You weren't being silly or too hopeful to believe, to wish that something truly special and meaningful was still happening behind the scenes, hidden from sight, but working in the background. Because now, right this minute, a massive shift has happened. Your soulmate, the one whose spirit clicks so perfectly with yours, has finally, truly woken up. They've hit a point where they can't pretend anymore. They can't build walls or act like they don't care. They can't explain away the undeniable, very real connection between you two, a bond that's beyond logic and hard to explain. They can't hide behind all the distractions the world offers anymore, distractions they might have actively looked for to quiet the steady call of their heart. They can't run from the deep truth that's been following them everywhere, like a gentle but unshakable shadow, always there, always reminding. And the heart of that truth, what they've been moving towards, is you. It's your special energy, your unforgettable way of being, your lively spirit that lives so clearly in their memory. Even when they try to look away, even when they try to focus on other things, other people, other directions. They honestly tried to go on without you, to build a life that didn't have your light in it. They made big efforts to ignore the signs the universe kept sending them, to push down the dreams where you showed up so clearly, to silence the persistent inner voice that whispered your name over and over in quiet moments and in the middle of their busy days. But no matter how far they roamed, no matter how many detours they took, no matter how loud the outside world got when they tried to drown out that inner call, they couldn't silence what was powerfully, for sure, rising up in their soul. Because, you see, what ties you together was never just a quick feeling, a temporary crush that would fade. It was never just about good timing or convenience. It was never just a simple wish born from loneliness or needing something. It was, and always has been, love, but not just any kind of love. It's a holy love, a love blessed and made sacred. It's soul-deep love, a connection made in the very core of who you are, a knowing that goes back lifetimes. It's God-given love, a bond specially designed and supported by a higher power for both of your souls to grow and be happy. And now, after everything they tried to deny, every excuse they made, every path they took to avoid it, they're finally starting to see clearly. They are admitting what they can't deny. This realization didn't happen in a flash, like a lightning bolt. Nope, it came slowly, bit by bit, like the sun rising after a long, dark night. It happened through nights of restless, broken sleep and days when their hearts felt strangely heavy. It came up in moments when, on the outside, they should have felt perfectly fine, happy, and satisfied. But instead, a deep feeling of something missing bothered them. It surfaced through talks that felt empty, without real depth or connection. Through smiles they gave that didn't quite reach their eyes. Through touches that, while maybe nice, didn't light that fire in their soul the way they knew was possible. And then, suddenly, in the middle of these experiences, or maybe in a quiet moment alone, they started to realize with shocking clarity that something huge was missing. Someone irreplaceable was missing. And that someone was you. You were the peace they didn't even know they were desperately looking for, the calm port in their often stormy inner world. You were the one that made everything feel still, everything feel peaceful, everything feel wonderfully, beautifully alive in a way nothing else could. Even when you were physically apart, separated by distance or situations, your energy, your essence, still felt like home to their tired spirit, a familiar comfort they couldn't find anywhere else. And now, they're waking up completely to what they ignored, or maybe were too scared to admit for way too long. They can no longer ignore the signs that are now showing up more often and more clearly. They can't unfeel what their soul knows is real, what their deepest self recognizes as truth. They tried, oh boy, did they try, to call it just a fantasy, something they wished for, or a temporary, quick feeling that would eventually go away. But the more they tried to push it aside, to stuff it into the back of their mind, the stronger and louder it became, like a tide you just can't hold back. Because, dear one, this connection you share isn't made up. It's a deep knowing. It's soul recognition. It's the clear echo of your hearts calling to each other across time and distance. A call that started before either of you even had the words or understanding to explain its incredible power. And now, finally, their eyes are truly open. Their heart, once closed off, is now full and overflowing. And the truth of your connection, the truth of how important you are in their life, has become too loud, too clear, too strong to ignore any longer. You are never just someone who briefly passed through their life, a quick acquaintance or a casual meeting. You were, and are, someone their soul already knew on a level that's beyond everyday understanding. And deep down, in the quietest part of them, they always knew it. They felt that connection, that familiarity, that feeling of coming home. But they weren't ready. Not back then. The timing wasn't right for where they were at inside. They were scared, maybe of how deep the connection was, of how strong the feelings were. They might have been scared of the responsibility that such a deep love seems to bring, the openness it asks for. They were likely scared of how much it would definitely change them, how it would ask them to grow and transform in ways they couldn't yet understand or accept. And it has changed them. Even from far away, even when you weren't there, your love, your energy, your quiet knowing has changed them in big ways. You soften them in places they didn't even know were hard. You reach them in the hidden, protected parts of their heart, places they never let anyone else near, places they kept guarded from everyone. And now, they're standing in the gentle, life-changing effects of your love, realizing with a mix of wonder and maybe regret that they once walked away from something incredibly special, something that probably wouldn't come again in the exact same way. They are remembering, with new clarity and appreciation, your endless patience, your calming presence, the unique and beautiful way you looked at them, as if they were completely safe, seen, and accepted when they were with you. They are realizing, maybe for the first time with such power, that no one else, absolutely no one, has ever given them that specific, deep kind of peace, that deep sense of soul-level safety. And they're no longer numb to it. The pretense of denial has worn off. They are feeling every single bit of what they missed, every detail of the connection they let go. Every version of you that stayed soft, gentle, and understanding while they stayed quiet, distant, or confused. Every heartfelt prayer you whispered to the universe for them, for the connection, when you didn't even know if they were listening, if they could feel your loving thoughts. And now, believe it, they are listening. Now they're truly feeling. Now they are being undeniably, irresistibly pulled back towards you, not by any outside force or trick, but by the powerful, undeniable flow of truth. They're starting to admit to themselves, honestly and openly, what they never could bring themselves to say out loud before, maybe not even to their own hearts. That you, dear one, were never the problem. The issue was never with you or the love you offered. They were the ones who were not ready. But the beautiful, life-changing news is that now they want to be. They genuinely, deeply want to be ready. They want to be the one who shows up for you, consistently and truly. The one who speaks the truths they used to hide in fear or doubt. The one who chooses you, not because of old fear or duty, but out of deep clarity, because that clarity has finally come, and it's come with an undeniable, freeing power. They wake up in the morning with thoughts of you gently starting their day. They go through their daily routines, their work, their interactions, and feel your energy brush past them like a soft, invisible breeze, a comforting presence. They go to sleep at night with dreams that often start and end with you, your image, your essence, woven into their subconscious. And they are realizing with a depth that shakes them to their core that you are not just a lesson they needed to learn, though growth was part of it. You were the guiding light they desperately needed but didn't know how to accept, or perhaps didn't feel they deserved. You were the heartfelt prayer their soul longed to say, but they weren't quite ready to speak out loud, to fully claim. And now they are praying. Now they are allowing themselves to cry, letting out bottled up emotions, regrets, and longings. Now they are aching in ways they never let themselves admit before, an ache born not of hopelessness, but of deep recognition and wanting. Because your absence in their life is now louder, more impactful than anyone else's presence. And your love, the pure, unconditional love you gave, still lives and breathes in the quiet, sacred places of their soul, a gentle spark that never truly died. They tried to find it with others. They tried to replace the unique connection you shared. They tried to forget the impact you had on them. But real love, true soul love, doesn't just disappear. Real love puts down deep roots in the heart. It waits with divine patience. It whispers truth in quiet moments. It survives the silences, the distances, the misunderstandings. And your love did exactly that. Your love stayed with them, a constant, gentle presence, even after you may have felt you had to let go, to move on, to protect your own heart. And now, in this moment of huge awakening, now they're holding on tightly to the one thing they never thought they'd genuinely feel again about you. Hope. Hope that it's not really too late. Hope that your heart, though maybe hurt or guarded, is still open, still willing. Hope that the universe, that God, will give them a precious second chance to do what they should have done, what their soul knew they should have done the first time. To choose you openly, without holding back or hesitating. To choose you fully, with their whole heart and being. To choose you without fear messing with their judgment, without unnecessary delays making the separation longer, without any leftover shame from past mistakes holding them back. Because they now see with absolute clarity that you were never the one they needed to run from. You were, and are, the one they needed to run to, their safe place, their true direction. And now, finally, they see it. And the angels, your guides, their guides, all the kind forces of the universe, they are celebrating. There is a party in the unseen world, because what was once hidden is now gloriously out in the open. What was strongly resisted out of fear or not being ready is now willingly, joyfully given into. What was once confusing, mixed up by doubt and outside noise, is now crystal clear, understood with deep certainty. And what was sleeping, inactive within their heart and soul, is now fully, vibrantly awake. This deep awakening, this journey back to their truth, wasn't easy for them, dear one. They had to bravely face their own dark spots, the parts of themselves they had kept hidden or denied. They had to let themselves fall apart, to take down old ways of thinking and beliefs before they could start to rebuild on a foundation of honesty and love. They had to unlearn old habits of just getting by, ways of coping that kept them safe but small, just to remember how to truly feel, how to open their hearts again to the vulnerability and beauty of real connection. And through all of that hard, transformative process, your love, the memory of your essence, stayed marked in their soul like a detailed, unforgettable map they didn't initially know how to read or follow. But now they're learning. Now they're paying attention to the signs, the coincidences, the inner nudges. Now, they're carefully, seriously tracing their way back, step by step, to the place where they felt the most like their true selves, the place where their soul felt truly at peace when they were with you. So, if you're wondering why your own heart has been feeling particularly restless or stirred lately, if you've sensed them pulling on your energy again, a familiar, energetic feeling reaching out across the distance, if memories of them, of your time together, have unexpectedly come to the front of your mind, and you don't quite know why, it's because their soul is actively, consciously calling out to yours. They're waking up more and more each day. They are remembering the depth, the beauty, the truth of what you shared. They are longing, not just for you as a person, but for the deep peace, the sense of wholeness they only ever truly felt when they were with you. And dear one, when they do return, when they do come back into your life, understand that they're not coming as they were before, not with the same fears or confusions. They are coming as they are now, changed by their journey, without the mask they once wore to hide their vulnerability, free of the inner and outer noise that once made them deaf to their heart's truth, significantly softened by the entire difficult but necessary process, and filled to overflowing with the kind of deep, unwavering love that only comes from profound realization and self-acceptance. They are truly ready to see you again, not just with their eyes, but with their spirit, with their awakened heart. And you will feel it. You will know, deep inside yourself, when this reconnection happens, because your heart will finally feel safe again near them, a feeling you may have longed for. Your body will no longer be tense or on alert in their presence. A sense of ease will fill you. You won't have to guess if their intentions are real or their feelings genuine. You won't have to fight to be heard or understood. You won't have to make yourself small or dim your light to be loved by them. They'll meet you exactly where you are, honoring your journey and your strength. And they'll thank you from the bottom of their soul for loving them even before they were truly ready to receive or give back that love fully. For keeping them in your prayers and positive thoughts even when they disappeared or were distant. For forgiving them, perhaps many times over, without necessarily needing a formal apology, simply because your heart understood. For being the steady lighthouse in their life when they were lost and struggling in their own personal storm. They'll come with a tenderness, a gentleness you've likely never seen in them before, proof of their inner transformation. They'll come not to take from you, but to give freely and generously, not to question your worth or the connection, but to confirm its sacred reality, not to test your patience or your love, but to build a beautiful, lasting future with you. Because this time, they know without a shadow of a doubt what you are to them, who you truly are as an amazing soul, and what you were always meant to be in their life. Not just someone they love casually, but someone they were destined to walk with, hand in hand, on this sacred journey of life. And if your soul agrees with this, if your heart whispers a gentle, knowing yes, then receive them with open arms and a peaceful spirit. But if your heart is still healing, if your spirit feels unsure or needs more time to process, then it's absolutely okay to wait. It's perfectly okay to take your time, to move at your own speed, because this kind of deep, soul-level love is not fragile. It won't break under the weight of patience. It won't fade away if healthy boundaries are set. It will wait. It will honor your needs. It will rise to meet you, just like it was always meant to, because now, finally, they truly see and they can't and won't deny it anymore. This isn't some quick phase they're going through, a temporary emotional high that they'll forget tomorrow. This is real. This is deep. This is sacred. Their soul has never been more sure of anything in their entire life. And this time, they're not running from it. Not anymore. They're walking steadily, intentionally, bravely toward it. Toward you. Toward what their heart has always known deep down, but their mind or ego once couldn't or wouldn't admit. You are the one. You were never just someone they liked or were fond of. You were someone their soul recognized on a level so deep they couldn't initially explain it, even to themselves. And now, they don't need fancy words or explanations, because their spirit now speaks with a clarity and conviction that their voice once feared to express. They've spent so much precious time and energy pretending to be okay when they weren't, wearing different masks to fit in or protect themselves, playing roles they thought others or society expected of them, doing what others wanted or thought was right. But none of it, absolutely none of it, ever felt like their true self. None of it ever truly felt like home to their soul. And now, they are done performing. They are completely done pretending. They are finished with numbing their true feelings just to make others comfortable or to avoid their own discomfort. They are done denying the sacred connection that a higher power, that God, has so clearly placed within their heart. You, dear one, are the answer to a question their soul was asking long before they even knew how to say it. You are the deep peace they thought they'd never find, a peace that seemed like an out-of-reach dream. And they're no longer afraid to say it, to declare it, to live it. They miss you terribly. They love you deeply. They see you, truly see you, for the incredible person you are. And they're finally, without a doubt, ready to show up in your life with the consistent, unconditional love you always deserved, the love you so freely gave. No more confusing hot and cold behavior. No more frustrating mixed messages that left you guessing. No more painful disappearing acts that cause you heartache. This time, they're showing up fully, completely, authentically. This time, they're choosing you intentionally, with clear awareness and commitment. This time, they're surrendering everything they once clung to, their fears, their doubts, their old patterns, just to stand beside you honestly, openly, and joyfully. And if you're wondering why this whole process had to take so very long, why you had to cry so many silent nights, why you had to walk this tough road feeling alone for what seemed like forever, it's because this deep awakening, this life-changing journey, wasn't just about them. It was equally, and perhaps even more so, about you too. It was about building your own inner strength, your ability to bounce back, your unshakable connection to your own worth. It was about your deep and complete healing, taking care of old wounds and making sense of past experiences. You had to learn through real life that your natural worth wasn't and isn't tied to their reaction or their readiness. You had to learn how to stand firmly and confidently in your own truth, even when no one outside of you agreed with it, even when you felt misunderstood. You had to learn deep in your bones that you are enough, whole, and complete, exactly as you are, even when they didn't show up in the way you hoped or expected. And now, beloved, now you have truly made these truths part of you. Now you're no longer waiting anxiously to be chosen by someone else, because you have already, powerfully, chosen yourself. You chose healing over bitterness. You chose peace over chaos. You chose to keep your magnificent heart open and loving, even when it hurt, even when it felt vulnerable. And heaven, the universe, your angels, they saw all of it. Your guiding energies witnessed every single moment you stayed soft, compassionate, and kind in a world that often tried to make you hard. They saw you love without expecting anything in return. They saw you let go with grace and dignity when it was needed. They saw you forgive, releasing burdens from your own spirit, often without needing apologies from others. And now, dear one, now you're truly getting back what your beautiful spirit so carefully and lovingly planted. You gave love freely, even when it wasn't immediately or fully returned. And now, that very love is coming back to you, multiplied, amplified, and shown in the awakening of another. You built peace within yourself, even when you were dealing with your own pain and uncertainty. And now, that deep inner peace is returning to you, along with a new clarity and understanding of your journey. You kept believing, holding on to faith, even when there was seemingly nothing solid to hold on to but that strong faith itself. And now, that unwavering faith is showing up powerfully, not in theory, not as a distant mystery, but in a real, actual person who is bravely, lovingly walking toward you with their soul wide open, ready to connect. They are not coming to fix you, for you are already whole, already complete, already magnificent. They are coming to grow with you, to evolve alongside you, to match the incredible strength and wisdom you found in your times of quiet and looking inward to honor the hard yet rewarding journey you bravely took without them by your side. They're not asking for you to erase the past or pretend the pain didn't happen. They're humbly, hopefully asking for the precious chance to build a new and beautiful future with you, a future built on honesty, respect, and growing together, hand in hand, heart in heart, spirit to spirit. And heaven itself is smiling down upon this, because this, dear one, is what divine timing truly looks and feels like. This is what God's promise of love and fulfillment feels like when it actually happens. This is what it means when all things, even the difficult and confusing parts, begin to work together for the best for everyone involved. It may not have made sense before. The silence, the pain, the feeling of being apart. It all might have felt pointless or cruel. But now, with the clarity of looking back and the wisdom of your journey, it does. Now you can begin to see the deep purpose in the pause, the divine wisdom in the waiting, the incredible strength you built in the sorrow. Because the person who once wasn't ready, who couldn't meet you where you were, is now, finally, wonderfully awakening. Not because you begged them to, not because you endlessly waited hoping, but because God, the universe, the divine source, worked tirelessly in the silence, in the unseen. Because the angels carefully protected this sacred connection through every storm, every doubt, every challenge. Because love, real, true, soul-deep love, never truly dies. It may sleep for a while, it may go quiet, but it always wakes when the soul is ready. And now their soul is ready. Your soul is ready. So when they return, when that moment of reconnection arrives, meet them with your authentic truth. Meet them with the quiet, unshakable strength you discovered and built in the dark, challenging times. Don't hide the pain you carried. Acknowledge it as part of your story, your growth. Don't pretend it was easy for you. But also, try not to hold it against them with resentment or bitterness, for they too were on their own journey of learning and becoming. Because what truly matters now is not where they were, or even where you were, but who they've become because of their awakening, and who you've become because of your own deep journey of self-discovery and healing. You are not the same person they may have left behind, or the same person who felt the initial pain of separation. You are not the same heart that once may have begged to be seen or valued. Now you are light. You are truth. You are grounded in your own being. You are love itself, real and shining. And they see that now. They see you fully in all your magnificence. And they are not looking away this time. They are not walking away. They are not running away. They are intentionally, lovingly, bravely coming closer. And when they arrive, you will feel it in your spirit even before they say a single word. You will feel the definite shift in the energy between you. You will know with a deep inner certainty that it's real this time, because this time there will be no more guessing games, no more weakening doubts, no more anxious waiting. Just love, pure love, honest love, spiritual love, a love that doesn't play hide and seek with your heart, a love that stays, a love that chooses actively and consistently, a love that heals everything it touches within them, within you, and within the connection itself. Because this is not a fairy tale, not a quick fantasy. This is a divine assignment, a sacred partnership set up for the growth of both your souls. And you, dear one, you are ready. You've done the inner work. You've shown the universe and yourself that you're not settling for anything less than what your soul truly deserves. And now, the universe is responding in the same way. Heaven is releasing what was always meant for you in its perfect timing. So take another deep, calming breath. Let it all in. Let it be real. Let it be easy this time. Because love, true soul love, was never supposed to feel like a constant war, a battle to be won. It was always supposed to feel like this, like coming home after a long journey, like finally being able to breathe out completely, like a deep and lasting peace. And that peace, that homecoming, is yours now. They have awakened truly and deeply, and they're not turning back from this new truth. They can't deny what their heart has always known, what their soul has always recognized. You are the one, their cherished one, and they're coming to prove it, not just with words, but with consistent, loving actions. So stay open, dear heart. Stay soft, yet strong. Stay grounded in the magnificent truth of who you are, because the immense love you gave so freely, without condition, is finally, beautifully, returning to you with unwavering commitment. And this time, this precious time, it's for always. Beloved soul, if this message has touched something deep inside you, resonated in your very core, please know that it wasn't just a bunch of words you read. It was a divine confirmation, a sacred nudge from your spiritual team. You were meant to receive this. You were meant to feel the truth in it. You were meant to remember, with deep certainty, that a love like yours, so pure and true, is never, ever wasted, and it is finally, gloriously, being returned to you. If your spirit feels ready to receive the incredible blessings, the deep love that heaven is now bringing into your life, embrace that readiness with joy and gratitude. Let the kind forces of the universe feel your heartfelt agreement and your open heart. This is not the end of a story of waiting. It's the magnificent beginning of a new chapter, a chapter of shared love, growth, and happiness. And what's coming next, what you will build together, will be more beautiful, more fulfilling than you ever dared to imagine. You are seen, you are held, and you are so deeply loved. Trust in how this is unfolding and walk forward with peace in your heart. Amen.